What's up guys, it is Zombie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get the new 2 masteries inside of slap battles. So the first one is the bus mastery. My grandma was hit by a bus. No, she was not. The upgrades are omnidirectional buses. Your own buses can't hit you and are to use bus ride. So this is probably one of the better masteries actually, better of the 2 at least. So the first quest is slap 1,000 people, basically the same as Obby. The second quest is own the grandson badge, and the third quest is successfully use your ability on 750 people. So what I recommend is to go for the top quest and not the bottom one, because the top quest is going to be the one that you get last, probably. The top quest is pretty simple, so let's go to some tips for the bottom quest. So the first tip I have is to have a friend use leash, and then you can find someone else who wants the bus mastery as well. And then you want that leash friend to slap both you and that other bus guy, and then you want the leash to bring you off a cliff. Now once you're off the cliff, you want to just kind of chill there and spam E ability. It's best to do this in the Cube Island or the Slapple Island. The next way is to get a friend to use Siphon, and you can just kind of get siphoned into the ability with other people and then use your bus ability. Probably the best way is to get a friend to use aggro, and you can use the bus ability once they have aggroed someone. Just make sure you're not in the bubble when they do it, because otherwise you won't be able to do it. So now let's check out the mastery. So first of all, the glove has kind of a rust to it, and it's kind of darker as well. Another change is that the buses are now red and they can come from any direction. Like it can come from any direction and not just from there. It could come from here, it could come from here, and it could come from here, it can come anywhere. And I'm pretty sure it comes from the direction that you were standing in when you used it. And then we got an aura ability, which you can hold, which kind of just moves around and flattens people. So when it flattens people, it slows them and makes them small. So it's kind of like bonk. You can also make this bus fly by jumping, and it's kind of like a sneak attack because it shouldn't be able to hit you from there. Buses also now do not hit you, as you can see. Oh, that was his, okay? That was his. Trust. Overall, a pretty good mastery and a pretty funny one. I mean, if you look at this, I'm running around on a spaceship. Our next mastery is redacted. Yes, I said redacted. I don't know why they put this on the list, but it's here. And the banner is actually super creepy. It kind of looks like the entity from Residence Massacre. That's gonna give me nightmares at night. Close those doors as much as you want, but they won't save you. Portal now pulls people in. Portal now spawns faster and faster cooldown. So overall, this mastery is kind of bad because there's not really any bonus ability. Our first quest is secure 6 people with 1 portal, and I recommend going for this one first because I got halfway on the middle quest while doing this, and I was almost complete with the bottom quest. So I'm going to be showing you the best way to do that one. Our next quest is contain a total of 1,000 players, which is pretty simple. You just kind of gotta make 1,000 people head into your dimension. I'll be showing you the best ways to do that one as well. Protect yourself by placing your portal 500 times. This basically just means using your ability 500 times. I would not go for this one because you're definitely going to get it passively. I mean, if you do the math, you would have to get around 2 players per portal in order to not do this quest. Now the first good way is to have a friend use a handout and stand like right next to you, and then they can kind of use the ability and bring people into the portal. And it's pretty flawless. Sometimes you'll have escapees, but it's pretty rare. Another good way is to have a friend use Siphon, and you can spawn your redacted portal, and then they can just kind of throw a Siphon in it. And after the Siphon's done, it'll basically suck them up into your domain. Our next one is glitch. Have your friend use the glitch ability and try to get other people in it. And as soon as they use the glitch ability, you want to use your ability. And that way you'll place it into the drop-off of the glitch ability area, and you'll be able to get them in your domain. Our next way, and probably the best way, is to have your friend use aggro and kind of just pull people into your portal. So as you can see there, it was practically unavoidable, and it is a pretty good way to guarantee having people inside your portal. Our next best way is to have your friend use Boogie, and then they can place the Boogie like somewhat far from you but not too far, and they can slap people into your redacted portal and there's practically nothing they can do. The only downside is that you can sometimes get stuck in the Boogie and you'd have to wait it out. By far the best way out of all of these for both quests is going to be using aggro. Now let's head on to the showcase. So there's not too much of a change in the glove. I mean, the design is practically the same thing, but you do have this like cool pulsing effect. But there is a change with the ability, and that is how it's like reddish and way darker as well. Also, it now has a faster cooldown. As you can see, I can spawn one before it even vanishes, so it's like I have infinite of them. Also, it arrives faster, so that makes it easier to be protected by it. And finally, it pulls people in. As you can see, this guy is not moving and he gets pulled into the thing. It's pretty cool. So it doesn't pull them upwards, but it pulls them towards the thing that pulls you upwards. As you can see, it makes you so slow when you try to go away from it. This is probably really overpowered because you can kind of just like slap people into it because they can't run away from you. Dude, it even pulls Glovel in. That's hilarious. And I also heard that this can pull in Speeves. So as you can see, they're under it and it's kind of pulling them up. Dude, it's pulling them up. Oh, this is hilarious. I don't think it actually can pull them up. Oh, I'm a Speeve now. But that's pretty funny. Let me know which of these masteries you like better. Personally, I like the bus one a bit more, but the redacted one is actually pretty cool now that I'm actually getting a full look at it. And anyways, I'll see you next time. Peace.